Do suns birth souls? That's an interesting question. I mean, they do call it the solar system, and we have souls within us. This is something that we're going to talk about. But before we go into this conversation, you know what I must say. Hey, yo, peace, peace. This is your man, L. Judge, coming right back at you with some of that real talk real fast. Now, if you can, make sure you hit like, leave a comment, hit repost. And if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely subscribe so you can get an understanding and know when something new is coming out. But let's peep game. Can suns and stars birth souls? And the answer to that is yes. Because that soul that dwells within you, it is made of photons. And it is a conscious force, and it is a force that has been there since the beginning. Now, some people wonder, well, no, this is me. I have the information hasn't completely been revealed to me yet, because I wonder if the 9 cosmic deities, which I'm going to talk about that in the future, I wonder if the 9 cosmic deities, or those 9 elements that came together to create the first consciousness, or to create consciousness, I wonder if they were conscious and they came together, or if it was a fluke. I don't really know yet. That information hasn't completely been revealed to me, but I haven't sat back and meditated over it yet either. So I'm going to come up with that information. But as time goes by, I'm going to give you the 9 cosmic deities, and I'm going to break down what those elements did and how it created consciousness. Now I digress. Getting back to the subject at hand. Those suns put off a charged particle or charged photons, which are conscious, and those things, man, come on to us. It's just like whenever you see the sun and it has a coronal mass injection, you will see it put off an arc, because the electromagnetic field that exists on the sun, those electromagnetic fields, they are collapsing into themselves. This is the same collapse that's going on with your electromagnetic field too. This is why you have these arches or arcs going around like this here, going around like that there. Now, when two people come together and they bind not just in the flesh, but they bind in spirit, they create an arc as well. And if they do this at the proper time, the two arcs coming together and they create the one arc, it leaves this open space. And this open space is where you yourself come in. You are a conscious ball of gas that come from one of those stars or from the sun itself. That's the best way I can put that. And you know that energy that's surrounded, that creates your magnetic field, that is plasma. Now, here's something that I'm going to ask you to do for the people out there who aren't afraid to do some sun gazing. When you have time, sun gazing, you do it either an hour after the sun rises or an hour before the sun sets. Depending on how powerful you are, you can do it as you choose. That's on you. However, when you stare at the sun, you're going to notice a silver ring around that. Come back and let me know if you see it. You're going to see a silver ring around the sun. That silver ring is where the charged particles are coming up. That's where the electric part of the sun is. That is the part that's coming on to us. That is the conscious part of the sun. That is the part that brings forth life. Now, those electric particles, they spread out throughout the whole universe in wave form. Now, sometimes, man, they're not necessarily charged with that electrical charge, but nevertheless, they're still existing in wave form until they get around other particles, which would charge them up again. This is how you have those clusters of stars and those nebulae and stuff like that. They may not be stars, but they're still charged particles in there. Now, let me tell you something about the photons. Now, they have ways of seeing the waves and seeing the particles of photons. They have powerful scopes and stuff now. When they look at these things and when they observe them, it looks like the neurons in the brain. You know how the neurons in your brain are firing off like stars? They say that looks the same way. Now, that's also exists the same way within your heart too. So we are universes within a universe within a universe. You are a microcosm of the macrocosm. It is what it is. But anyway, this is your man L Judge. Go ahead and hit like, you know what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying. And please, if you're going to do some sun gazing, let me know that you're going to try it. And if you see that silver ring, please let us know. But anyway, this is your man L Judge again. Stay powerful. Make sure you stay conscious and always exist as a divine being to your best ability. I'm out.